Hey girl, it's Jackie and I'm here with Marcia and we are here for a little bonus stretchy yoga. All you need today for this practice is your yoga mat, yourself, and if you're feeling a little tighter, you can also use your yoga strap. So with that being said, I want you to sit comfortably on your mat. And again, remember, if your knees are coming up, that means your hips are too tight, or if this is just super uncomfortable to sit on the floor, you can either sit in a chair or sit on a pillow or anything. Just elevate your hips so they're higher so that your knees do not come up higher than your hips. All right, sit however's comfortable. I want you to gently close your eyes and just focus on your breath. Breathing softly and gently. Being grateful, showing gratitude that you showed up today. Y'all are slaying it and it feels so amazing. Let's go ahead and bring our hands to prayer, heart center, and let's set an intention for ourselves for this practice. It can be one word, like gratitude, love. It can be a phrase, honor thy body. You decide what your intention will be for this practice. Let's go ahead and take a deep collective breath in together and exhale through the mouth. One more time, inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth, and go ahead and gently open the eyes and drop your hands down to the mat. And let's go ahead and take it, we're going to take it onto our back. So grab behind the knees and roll it all the way down. It's going to grab on top of the knees, and you're going to open the knees and then close them, doing nice knee circles. Opening up those hip joints. You know, we've had an intense week of working out. So we're really going to take today to stretch and loosen up our bodies. Go ahead and reverse the direction of those knee circles. Make sure you're breathing. Feels oh so good. Good. Let's go ahead and bring our knees to the center. And you can grab your hamstrings and we're gently going to rock it up and down, massaging the spine into the mat. And eventually you're going to rock it up and go onto all fours. From here, we're going to do some cat and cow stretches. So inhaling, arch the back, look up to the sky. Exhale, squeezing the abdominals and spreading those shoulder blades, looking at your belly button. Inhaling, arching the back, looking up to the sky. And exhale, round that spine, looking towards that belly button. Good, a couple more on your own. Excellent, let's go ahead and meet in a neutral spine. And from here, let's go ahead and start circling around, warming up those wrists a little bit. And do what feels good to you. What feels good to your body. See what areas are feeling tight. Maybe lean in a little bit more to that body part. Good, let's go ahead and reverse the direction of those circles. Making sure you continue to breathe throughout this. Excellent. Now we're going to stretch out those wrists a little bit more. I want you to turn your palms so they're facing up. Your fingertips are facing your knees. And you can bring one arm at a time or both hands at the same time. And when you're doing this, if you lean back a little bit more, you'll get a nice stretch. And let me tell you, this helps a lot. Like if you're on your laptop a lot, phone, texting, it's very helpful. I want you to look how Marcia is doing doing one hand at a time, this is beautiful. So this is definitely an option. You can use one wrist at a time. Let's go ahead and shake out those wrists. We're going to take our hands back to the normal position. Roll them out, shake them out. Now this time we're going to turn our palms up so that the fingertips are going to be facing in. Again, you can do this one palm at a time and you're going to make a fist and then release, or you can do it with both palms at the same time. Marcia will demonstrate doing one arm at a time so you can see the difference. If you are on that one wrist, go ahead and switch it over to the next one, but shake it out. Oh, it feels so amazing. Good, let's go ahead and release it. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. And now I want you to tap your feet on the back of the mat. It's like a little foot massage. Good. A little bit longer, feels so good. All right, excellent. Let's go ahead and stretch out our shoulders a little bit. Let's lift the right arm up to the ceiling. And exhale, let's thread that needle. You're going to place the right shoulder onto the mat. And if you want to increase the intensity of the stretch, you can extend that left leg and bring the left arm up and around to the bind. Listen to your body. Do what feels good for you. Breathing into that stretch. Remember, prana is that life energy, so we want to make sure that we're always breathing throughout our yoga practice, throughout our workouts. Let's go ahead and release it. We're going to bring that left arm back down to the mat if it's not there. Bring the leg in. Inhale as you raise the right arm up to the ceiling. And exhale, bring it down to all fours. Excellent. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, left arm comes up. Exhale, thread the needle. Left temple to the mat. And if you did the bind, you can go ahead and do it again on this side. You want to try and do the same thing on both sides. Keep your body flexible and equal. Excellent. Go ahead and release it. Bring that right arm back down to the mat. Inhale, gently bring that left arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, bring it down. And let's press it back into a child's pose. Holding this here for just a little bit. Keep holding, keep breathing. And as you're doing this, think about someone coming and massaging your lower back and pressing your glutes down towards your feet. Feels so, so good. We need massages, don't we, Marcia?
Yes, we do.
I bet you guys do too at home. Excellent. From here, we're going to take it into our first downward facing dog. Go ahead and tuck those toes under and press it back into that downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg comes up to the ceiling. Go ahead and bend the knees, stacking the hips on top of one another. And gently let's do the knee circles, one direction. Opening up that hip a little bit more. Good, go ahead and reverse the direction of those knee circles. Excellent, go ahead and extend that leg up to the ceiling, squaring off those hips, and bring the knee to the nose, hold it here for one breath. And gently step that foot in between your hands, holding here in a low lunge. And now let's go ahead and drop that back knee down to the mat. Release those toes, let those go flat on the mat. Good, and we're just gonna hold it here. Let's go ahead and inhale, bring our arms up to the sky. Holding here for a couple breaths, really leaning forward, getting a really nice stretch in those hip flexors. Exhale, bring the hands down towards the mat, and you're gonna press it back into a half split or a hamstring stretch. Your toes will come up, and we're just gonna hold it here for a couple breaths, getting a nice deep stretch. We've worked those legs so much this week, and it feels so amazing. Excellent. On the next inhale, we're going to bend that knee, coming back into that forward, like lower lunge thing. And then go ahead and press it back into the hamstring curl again. And keep rocking it back and forth. You got it. Do this for 5 more. Here's 5. And go at your pace. You want to move with your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. 2 more. Good. 1 more. And let's hold here on that half split. If you can, I want you to press those toes down towards the mat. Good, good, good. Listen to your body. Do what feels good for you. And slowly, let's go ahead and bend that front knee. Bring it back up. Tuck the back toes under. Lift it up into a low lunge. And from here, we're going to bring it up into a high lunge. Holding here. Yes, the back heel's off the mat. Holding, getting a nice good stretch in that left hip flexor. On your next exhale, go ahead and open it up to warrior 2. Nice solid warrior. Think about squeezing your shoulder blades together and at the same time stretching your hands to opposite ends of the room. On your next exhale, you're going to take it over to an extended side angle. So you can lunge right here, resting your hand on your leg, or if you want to, and if you have a yoga block, you can also use a yoga block here, and your hand can either come onto the mat in the front or back, and the hand can stay up, going straight up to the ceiling, or if you want to, you can bring it over your head, but you're always looking at those fingertips, those left fingertips up at the top. On the next inhale, bring it back up to warrior 2. Good, on the next inhale and exhale, we're gonna take it to a reverse warrior. Holding here, getting a nice, solid side body stretch. On the next exhale, warrior 2. And on the next inhale, we're going to bring it up into a high lunge. So you're going to pivot on that back toe and bring it into a high lunge. How's that right quad feeling? Mine's on fire, right? Good. On the next exhale, drop those hands down to the mat. Left hand stays here, right arm lifts up, and we're going to do a twist. And you should feel a nice, good stretch here in your right glute. Good. Exhale, hand comes down to the mat. Step your right foot back into a high plank and gently lower all the way down to the mat. Holding here and breathing. Inhale, lift up, cobra. Exhale, lower down, drop your left ear to the mat. Inhale, lift up, cobra. Exhale, lower that right ear down to the mat. Inhale, lift up here, cobra. Just gently hold it here. Notice your knees, your hips, everything stays on the mat. And this, we can always get in, we can always stay in a cobra doing our vinyasa instead of going into an up dog. Go ahead and press it back into a child's pose. Hold it here. And breathe. On your next exhale, tuck your toes under, press it up into your downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and walk that dog. Getting a nice good stretch in the back of the legs and the calf. You go at your own pace. You can walk it very slowly, or you can cruise on that walk. Listen to what your body needs. While you're doing this, I want you to also think about spreading your shoulder blades apart and keeping that weight evenly distributed throughout the palms of your hands and your fingertips. Good, let's go ahead and press both heels down to the mat. Get a nice, good stretch here. And on your inhale, let's lift that left leg to the ceiling. Bend the knees, stack the hips, and let's go ahead and do those knee circles. Opening up this hip. Reverse the direction of those circles. Good, go ahead and extend that left leg up to the ceiling. Bring that knee to the nose. Hold it here for one breath. Step your left foot through in between your hands. Hold this low lunge. And now go ahead and drop that back knee to the mat and tuck those toes so the top of the foot is on the mat. Good, and let's go ahead and inhale, bring it up. Get a nice good stretch. Cactus the arms open. Oh, it feels so good on my chest, my heart center. Getting a nice good stretch in your hip flexor as well. Good, let's go ahead and exhale, bring the hands back down towards the mat. Go ahead and extend that left leg, taking it into your half split, pushing back. Getting a nice good stretch in your hamstring muscle. Holding here just for a moment, or just for a couple breaths. Good, ladies, you're doing so good at home. And let's go ahead and take it forward and back. So you're going to rock it to the front, getting a nice good stretch. Exhale as you push it back. Inhale as you move to the front. And listen, do it at your own breath. We're going to do 5 more. Very good. Feels so amazing.
Yes, it does.
3 more. Good, your last one. We're going to meet at the front, holding here for just a breath. Let's go ahead and untuck those toes. Lift that back knee off the mat. So you're in that low lunge. And remember, your feet should not be on a tightrope. They should be spaced a little bit apart. Inhale, we're going to rise up to a high lunge. Adjust your stance if you need to. Woo! My legs are already shaking. Holding here and breathing. Couple more breaths. On your next exhale, let's open it up to a warrior 2. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Exactly, I feel ya. I'll catch you. I got your back, literally. Good, nice solid warrior. On your next exhale, go ahead and take it to that extended side angle. So the left arm can be on the leg, hand can be raised up to the ceiling. You can also take your left hand down towards the mat. And you can also take your right arm over your head. And you're breathing. Trying to keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. Excellent. On your next inhale, let's bring it up to warrior 2. Woo, and shake it out whenever you need to. You got this. Good, on your next inhale, exhale, we're going to reverse the warrior. Get that nice, beautiful side body stretch from all those amazing core workouts that Marcia takes us through during the week. On the next inhale, bring it up to warrior 2. On the next inhale, we're going to pivot that foot, bring it up into that high lunge. Holding here for breath, you got it, yeah. On the next exhale, drop the hands down towards the mat. Right arm stays on the mat, left arm reaches up to the sky, twist, open the heart, getting a nice good stretch in that left glute. Ooh, feeling it. And it feels so amazing. On the next exhale, go ahead and bring that hand down towards the mat. And let's take it back to a vinyasa. This time, if you want to take it to an upward facing dog, do that. Or you can do a cobra and meet in downward facing dog. Excellent, very good. Let's go ahead and drop it down to child's pose one more time. Holding here. Today's practice, we're going to do it super slow, super gentle. We're going to run through that series one more time, but we'll do it more along, like with every breath, we'll do a movement. So follow along with us and and do the best that you can. We really just want to get that blood flowing and get a nice, good, deep stretch in there. When you're ready, go ahead and meet me in downward facing dog. Inhale, bring that right leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, knee to nose. Step that foot in between your hands. Drop the back knee down towards the mat and press it back into that half split. Bring it to the front. We're going to rock it back and forth 3 times this time. Great. Leaning forward. Now, ladies, if you want to increase the intensity and get a little bit more stretch in your hip flexor, you're going to grab the back foot, your left ankle with your left hand, and hold it here. Or you can just stay leaning forward. Do what feels best to your body. Holding here just a little bit longer. Good. Go ahead and exhale. Drop that foot. We're going to push it back. Step back to a high plank. Go through that vinyasa. Again, you can go down to a cobra or an upward facing dog and meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg comes up to the ceiling. Bring the knee to the nose. Step your foot through. Bring it up into a high lunge. On your next exhale, open up warrior 2. On your next exhale, take it down to extended side angle. On your next inhale, bring it up to warrior 2. Reverse that warrior. Warrior 2. Pivot that foot, bring it into that high lunge. There we go, yep. Exhale, drop your hands down to the mat. Left hand stays there, right arm comes up to the ceiling, twist it out. Exhale, hand comes down to the mat. Step it back, vinyasa. Good, ladies. Meeting in downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up to the ceiling. Bring the knee to the nose. Step the foot through. Drop that back knee down, and we're going to rock it back and forth. That half split to the front. Yes. 2 more times. Last one. We're holding here. Now, if you did that stronger stretch, that deeper stretch, not stronger, deeper stretch, you can pull the back foot up towards your seat, getting a nice good stretch in your hip flexor. Holding here for a minute. Now we have an optional vinyasa after this. If you don't want to do the vinyasa, meet me in downward facing dog. Drop your foot down, untuck your toe, either vinyasa or downward facing dog. Excellent. Inhale, left leg comes up to the ceiling. Knee to nose. Step the foot through. Bring it up into a high lunge. Exhale, open up warrior 2. Next is that extended side angle. Dropping the hand down to the knee or the quad or the floor. Bring it back to warrior 2. Reverse the warrior. Warrior 2. Bring it back to that high lunge, pivoting that back foot. Exhale, drop the hands down to the mat. Right hand stays down, left arm reaches up to the ceiling. Go ahead and bring it down to the mat. Vinyasa or meet me in downward facing dog. Good, now let's do all of that. One more time, one breath per move, and then we'll bring it down to some other deeper stretches. Inhale, right leg comes up to the ceiling. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the foot through. Drop the back knee down. Push it back into that half stretch. Just hold it right here. Bring the knee up off the ground. Step it up into a high lunge. Yep, low lunge and now high lunge. Excellent. Open up warrior 2. Extended side angle. Bring it to warrior 2. Reverse the warrior. Warrior 2. Bring it back to that high lunge. Pivot the back foot around. It's all good. Exhale, dropping the hands down towards the mat. Left arm stays here, right arm reaches up to the sky. Bring the right hand down to the mat, vinyasa, or meet me in downward facing dog. Great. All right, inhale, left leg up to the ceiling. Bring the left knee to your nose, step your foot through. Low lunge, drop your knee down to the mat. Push it back into that half split. Bring it forward, untuck the toes, take it into that low lunge again. Now bring it up into a high lunge. Exhale, open up warrior two. Extended side angle, dropping the left hand down to the quad or to the floor. Back to warrior two. Reverse the warrior. Back to warrior two. Pivot that left back foot, bring it up into a high lunge. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Right arm stays here, left arm reaches up to the sky. Bring that left hand down to the mat. Vinyasa or meet me in downward facing dog. Great. Holding here. Let's go ahead and gently drop the knees down towards the mat, or if you want a little bit more intensity, you can hover the knees, press it back into a downward facing dog. And let's just go back and forth between those movements, either hovering or tapping the knees down to the mat, and then pressing the heels back into that downward facing dog. Let's do 5 more. Breathing. Inhale as you tap or hover. Exhale as you press back. Getting a nice deep stretch and working the core. Let's do 2 more. Good, and last one. Holding that downward facing dog. Now ladies, from here we're going to do either a jump through to a laying down position. You can go ahead and just sit back. I'm going to demonstrate here. So Marcia, you can just sit on your knees and relax for a minute. I'm just going to demonstrate. So for the jump through, what you can do is you come up onto your toes, you bend your knees, and then you tuck your knees through, working that core, extending the legs out, and then you'll roll it down to a laying down position. Now, if that's a little bit too much for you, you can also tap the knees down and slowly walk the feet in between your hands, extending the legs out, and then rolling down to a laying down position. And ladies, if that's too much, you can just meet me in a laying down position on your back. You decide where you want to take it. So let's go meet in downward facing dog. And from here, either meet me in that laying down position or jump through to a seated laying down position. And excellent. And next, we're extending the legs straight out. And from here, you're going to extend your right foot towards your hands. If you're a little bit tighter, because the goal is to do that yogi toe holds with your fingers, you're going to grab in between those, or you're going to grab that big toe. Or if you're a little bit tighter, use your yoga strap. Perfectly acceptable. We're getting a nice stretch here in that hamstring. And then we want your left leg, the one that's laying down on the mat, you want to have that leg nice and contracted. Hold here for a couple more breaths. On your next inhale, you're going to open your right foot over to the right side of your body. Just to a comfortable stretch, a comfortable position. And you want that left leg on the mat. If you want to, you can place your left hand on the top of your left quadricep or your left thigh. We're holding the stretch a little bit longer. On your next inhale, you're going to bring your leg up to the center. And then you're going to drop your right foot over to the left side of the body. And if you have that strap, you can go ahead and switch hands. And you can adjust the way you're holding the right foot, so your left hand will go on the outside of your right foot. Foot stays nice and flexed. Getting a really intense stretch right here. Inhale, bring that leg up to the center. And from here, you're going to bring your nose, think about trying to bring your nose towards your knees. So you lift those shoulders up off the mat. Good, getting a nice stretch. You can bend the leg, you can have the leg straight. Do what feels best for you. Good, let's go ahead and exhale, relax that foot down towards the mat. And just kind of shake it out. And notice how your body feels here. You might feel that your right side of your body is nice and elongated. So if you do feel like you're a little bit uneven, let's go ahead and stretch that left leg. So inhale, bring that left leg up towards the ceiling. Doing that yogi toe hold or using the yoga strap. Getting a nice deep stretch here. And the goal literally of this pose is to be in a split. So that left foot is going to be like on the mat. And you can see that we are not there. But this is where it's progress, not perfection. And we keep coming back to do this. We're consistently showing up. You guys have been here. This is your second week. We're winding up the second week. And you have showed up every day. And we are so incredibly proud of you. We love the energy that we're getting from this LIIT program. You guys inspire us. On your next inhale, go ahead and drop that left foot over to the left side. Getting a nice deep stretch in there. Remember to keep that right leg on the ground. If you want to, you can go ahead and put the right hand on top of that right thigh to make sure it's not coming up off the mat. Hold here for a couple more breaths. On your next inhale, go ahead and bring your foot up to the center. And you're going to drop your left foot over to the right side. If you have your yogi toe hold, you're going to switch the hands and have that right hand on the outside of the right leg. Hand comes out to a T position. And you can go ahead and turn your gaze so you're looking over the left fingertips. Getting a nice solid stretch in those glutes that we have slayed all week long. Can you feel this one, Marcia?
Oh, yes. Feels good.
Whew. Feels good. I think I'm crying a little bit. Inhale, bring the leg up to the center. And we're going to do that yogi toe hold or hold your yoga strap. And this is where we lift the shoulders off the mat and try and bring your nose towards your knee. And you also want to try and keep that right leg straight down to the ground. So we're really engaging our core to lift up. We're also elongating, stretching, and contracting our legs. Good, let's go ahead and release, relax the shoulders down to the mat. And go ahead and relax that left foot down towards the floor. From here, go ahead and shake out those legs. Bend the knees. Go ahead and place those feet flat on the mat. And let's go ahead and pull the knees into the chest, holding here. Now let's take it up to happy baby. Opening up those legs, grabbing the outsides of the feet. If you want to, you can extend one leg and then the other. Dance in that baby. Do what feels good to your body. Excellent. And let's go ahead and release it. And let's go ahead and take it out into Savasana. So with Savasana, you want your feet going to each corner of the mat, either corner of the mat. And your hands should be palms facing up. And let's go ahead and gently shut those eyes. And I want you to visualize during the Savasana I want you to visualize yourself at the end of our 30-day LIIT program. Visualize where you will be. Visualize that after picture. What you're going to be wearing. How you feel. You've got that plant chick glow. You're calm. You're happy. You feel energized. You feel more tone. How do you see yourself? I want you to visualize yourself, your best self, and know that you can get to that visualization. I want you to do this every day. Visualize yourself where you want to be. And as you visualize yourself, things will come up during the day. And if those things that come up during the day, if they don't match what you're visualizing for yourself, then maybe that's a time to say, no, I can't do this. But if it's going to help get you to where you want to be there. Do it. Because you are worthy and you are amazing. Go ahead and gently start wiggling your toes and your fingers. You can go ahead and circle the wrists and the ankles if you need to. If you want, you can pull your knees in towards your chest. And when you're ready, just roll it over to one side. Lay in a fetal position. Doesn't matter which side, whatever is most comfortable for you. When you're ready, go ahead and slowly push it up to a sitting position. Keep your eyes gently closed. Leave your hands on your knees. If your palms are down, you're looking for more grounding throughout your day. But if you want to receive more energy, if you want to feel energized, go ahead and turn your palms so they're facing the ceiling. You decide how you want your energy to be today. Call to mind that intention that you set for yourself before we started the practice. Know that you can always come back to this thought at any time during the day to bring you a little bit of peace or joy, gratitude. Let's go ahead and slowly open our eyes, bring our hands to prayer, heart center. We cannot thank you enough for doing this yoga practice with us today. Thank you so much. The light in me honors and sees the light in each and every one of you. Namaste.
Namaste.